You gotta have a lot of maintenance. That's just how it is. Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is NTK, and I just came home from Austria and Germany. It was just such an awesome trip. We met up with like a lot of German and Austrian YouTubers, and they were like so nice. We slept at Ken Stunt Riding and David Bost's home. They took care of us like we were their baby. And then we moved on to Austria, where we met up with Quirly and Chefchen and No Limit Crew and Road Fellas and a lot of other YouTubers, and it was just such an awesome trip. And at Solberg in Germany, we met up with so many great people. We just done amazing trip. Just gonna take a picture for Instagram real quick. And guys, I just found this app. It's called Offroad Amino. It's like Instagram and Facebook and like forums in like one app for off-roading and supermoto stuff. So there's like public chat rooms which you can go in the chat. Like here we have a chat for like KTM EXC riders, and you can do like quizzes and pools and stuff like that. The quizzes and pools are like one of my favorites. Like here someone asks enduro or motocross, I'm gonna take enduro. Okay, 60% took that. I have like these notifications, like this is already like the people that started following me and stuff like that. And I made a post yesterday where I asked people if I should buy a 250 or a 300, and I got some answers here. 300. Everyone wants me to get a 300, but one said that I should keep my 450. So if you want me to get a 250 or 300, you can go in here and comment on my blog post here. And I also found like some chats I'm writing in right now. Like one's called Riding Wheelies, and like we're giving each other tips and tricks on how to do wheelies. And here's a supermoto group where we're discussing different supermotos, and it's just a great app overall, and I love using it. If you want it, you can download it. I can put the download link in the description below if you want it. It's called Offroad Amino, and it's like Instagram, Facebook and forums combined into like one thing where all off-roading and supermoto guys can meet up. Alright, but today I wanted to do 10 things I hate about my KTM.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. What you want, show it what you need. My niggas run the game, we ain't never leave. Counting up the money, we ain't never sleep. You got V12, I got 12 V.
Before I start, I want to say that I don't hate my KTM. I love my KTM. If I could choose a bike, I'd choose this bike, but maybe with another engine. And with another engine, I mean, I want the 300 EXC instead of the 450, because I want the two-stroke. I'd love a 300 EXC. Okay, so remember, all these things are like nitpicking stuff. It's just what I don't love about my bike. And if there was 10 things I hated about my bike, then I probably wouldn't have this bike. First thing, it always gets so dirty on the frame. You know, from the chain, it always comes like a lot of dirt down here from the chain lube, and the chain lubes comes on the rims, and that's because I have so many colored parts, and you can see when they're dirty so quick. And that's the first thing I don't love about my KTM. Number 2. Alright, so I love my handbrake. It's just amazing. But what I don't love is my foot brake. As you can see here, I have a 2-piston for the foot and a 2-piston for the hand. The 2-piston for the hand is just incredible. It's pretty perfect. But a 2-piston for the foot, that's way off. That's too good. I mean, it's super touchy. I mean, you just touch it a little bit and it locks the rear wheel, and it can be so annoying when you're like going to scrape and stuff like that, because it's so touchy. Like a couple of days ago, I was gonna scrape and I pressed a little bit too much, so my backpack went flying and hit my head, and I got a concussion. But I must say, these Motormaster brakes are just incredible. The third thing I don't like is that the air box is the side panels. You see this side panel here? It's actually the air box. So it goes from here and some burned rubber. This is an airbox, so when you're gonna change this plastic out, which you almost never do, but when I change color and stuff, you have to change out the whole airbox, which is a bit more annoying than just changing a side panel. As you know what it is said in his video, it's a pay-to-play bike, and I totally agree with him. All the parts for the bikes are so fucking expensive for what we do with them, but that's how it is with all the brands. It's not just the KTM, it's like with all the 450s, the parts are so expensive. Like the wheels, these Warp 9 wheels, they're pretty expensive, and like just the exhaust costs like a lot of money, and like rebuilding the engine and all stuff like that. But the plastics, they're really cheap, so that's a good thing. Number 4. Alright, so before I had these graphics on, I used to have 6 days graphics, if you followed me for quite some time. And a problem with them was that they started to peeling off when I had like 1 hour on the engine. The bike was brand new, yet the decals was falling apart. It seems to be like only on my bike that has happened. I maybe got like a Monday bike or something like that. That's one thing that really annoys me. Number 5. One thing I really hate is that I can't have blinkers on my bike, because every time I mount blinkers I always like kick them off when I do wheelies. So like when I do circle wheelies and stuff and I stand here, I don't know how, but I always manage to destroy them. Like I don't know if it's when I go on the bike too, and like when I do wheelies and jump it off and like all those things. Blinkers doesn't suit for stunt riding. Number 6, as I said, this is a pay-to-play bike, and that's also how it is in the engine. This bike is a KTM 450 EXC 6 days 2016. It's a lot of service in the engine. Like I do oil changes every 15 hours and like piston at around 130 hours. Changing oil so often gets pretty repetitive, but I can say changing oil and filter is really cheap, because like what is it, around like €9 to change the oil and change filter, because I buy the oil pretty cheap and the filters, they're not too expensive either, but just the fact that you have to do it is pretty annoying. I wouldn't want a less powerful engine with no oil changes, because I don't want a road engine in this one. They all pretty much sucks and weight like a lot of kilos. So I love the engine, but I don't love the maintenance. But that's what you gotta do. If you want to have the best performance out of your engine, you gotta have a lot of maintenance. That's just how it is. Number 6, my spring is too soft. I think I have to like tighten it down, because when I do wheelies I need like not stiff enough, but it's because I have like the stock enduro suspensions, and that doesn't really suit for like riding with supermotor wheels. That's not too bad, but when you compare it to road bikes, that's bad. Number 7. I really love my 12 bar. It's just amazing. This is subframe we built with Jimmy version. It's just an amazing 12 bar. But one thing I hate is that I can't scrape my fender too much, because I always hit my subframe. You can see all these scrapes marks here, and when I like come into here, it starts scraping on this one, and I want to be able to scrape even farther, but that's not really possible when I have this 12 bar on here. For my next build, I'm probably gonna have a hole here to put my feet in. I think that's gonna be like better overall and look maybe cleaner, I don't know, but I like this zebra grip tape. It's really amazing. Number 8, the pegs. The pegs are really good because they save my bike from all the crashes, but sometimes when I crash they bend up like they've done now. We crashed in Austria with Quirly, and they bent up, and that's pretty annoying, but I guess they did their job. They defended my bike, so I shouldn't really complain about that. Number 9. Okay, alright, so it's an amazing bike, that's for sure. It's my dream bike, and there's not really much more things I could complain about. It's just like nitpicking stuff, so I think I should end the video here. It's my dream bike, the best bike I know, and I wouldn't want to trade it in for another 4-stroke bike. If I could trade it in, I would just trade it in for 300 or something like that. But alright, so comment down below what you thought. What's the better things about my bike? What's the better things about your bike? And what bike do you ride? And I understand if you didn't like my arguments and stuff like that, because this is my dream bike and I can't really trash talk it. Alright, like, comment, subscribe guys, and leave a rating, a like, dislike, whatever you want to do, a comment. That would help me a lot. And check out Amino apps in the description, and I'll see you on there. So yeah.
Shut up. Now they're getting through the dark until I see the sun up. Police wanna see me shake when they pull up. Back in 06 I was bumping that yay. Same time Anthony was selling that yay. In the high school hallway pushing that weight, singing heard him say when they took him away. I remember thinking, damn homie, you was the man homie. They put you in a can, now you bought